Page 28, Moon Creatures. I'll go through the routine because this looks a little challenging too, but if you can do an A major scale, this isn't so bad. If you can't do the scale, you'll probably struggle with this one. I'll look it over. It's about a page and a half long. Clef signs are still treble and bass clef. 3 sharps in the key signature. We're in the key of A major. Make sure you are doing the scale for A major. You get used to using those block keys. You know which block keys are involved, so you just kind of play them. You don't have to remember which ones are they. You just play the stuff in the scale and you've got it. And 4/4 time signature. And I see quarter notes and eighth notes and whole notes and dotted half notes and half. Well, everybody's here. Now the hands are playing at the same time, so we'll take it one hand at a time first. The right hand, when it starts here, and this is really most of an A major scale. 1 and, so that's how you'd figure the scale. 1 and. Only instead of the A, you're doing here. And you lift up and come down. Okay, let's go over to top page 29. Where second measure, you're down here. The second beat, what is this? Well, it's an E and an F sharp. The F sharp's in the key signature. But there's a sharp sign in front of the E, so it's here. So remember, E sharp is in here, it's an F. So these two together. And fourth finger. It's supposed to have something to do with creatures and the moon or something. I don't know. And then 2 measures later, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Second line. Now it's the same thing except it's a F natural and an E natural. They don't need a natural sign in front of the E. It's an E natural anyway. But the F sharp, they need a natural in front of that. So we just change to this. And now, then with third finger, just crunch up. So we kind of went into this position. G sharp, G natural, G sharp. And then during the rest, you come up here. Like you were at the beginning, or the... Okay. Last line, an A major scale. 1 and 2. And then the last is a C sharp A. You can do here or you can do 5, whichever. If you don't want your hand up in here, then do 2. I'll leave that up to you. Left hand. Well, left hand starts out with an A major scale. And then you come on up here for the 5/7 chord. That's a G sharp and D. Yeah, it's a 5/7 chord. You know the primary chords, an A, I hope. And then second line, it's an A, and here we have, what are these? Well, you have D and an E, except there's a sharp sign in front of the D. So it's a D sharp. So it's here. And then the last measure, it's just a natural. They don't need the natural sign. It would be a natural anyway, because the sharp sign's only good for the measure it's in, but they're being clear. So, because you might think, oh, that maybe they made a mistake and they meant to put a sharp sign and didn't. So they're being clear. It's a natural. And then next, okay, last measure of page 26. It's 4 chord, then the 1 chord, and then just lift up and come down. There's no rest, just come down. It's like an A major scale, except this is more like a D major scale here. And then 2 measures later down here, now it's an A major. Second line up here, but now it's an F natural and F and G natural. Okay, the last measure of the second line, they went third finger and then a G sharp. Okay, and then the next line, you're up here, and again that's a D E with a sharp sign in front of the D. It's here. We've had that before. Last line, last 2 measures. This is an A scale going down. And the last note has an 8/8 under it, so you come down here. So then we try and put the hands together. Well, at first it's just one hand or the other playing until you get to the last measure of the first line. You're here. We're okay. And then the second line, we're just here. These and these. These are together. Isn't that nice? Now, second line, second measure, look out, because you have a half note, but in the left hand you have a rest. So the second measure, rest. So that's by itself for one note, one beat. So don't hold these down. I need to hear the rest. And here, there's just one note, one hand of the other playing here. Let's go to the second line, third measure. You're here. And here. Rest. Both hands come up on beat 4, and then we're back to doing what we were doing before. Okay. So we put the hands together and then slowly go through it and work out the hesitations. And then if you're still able to tolerate it, then we'll think about the articulation. Slurs and staccatos. I'm hinging at the wrist, short staccatos. Lift up before you go on. It's a new phrase. And how do I know it's a new phrase? Well, I listen to it. It just sounds like a musical thought. This is one musical thought. This is another. Like a statement reply sort of thing. So I just lift up. You have to lift up at the end. You got to rest. And then staccatos, second line. Again, between the second, third measure, lift up. It's like it's a new phrase. It looks like we're dealing with two measure phrases here. Again, second line. Top of page 29. You're You get the idea? But play the right notes. So you put in the staccatos and the slurs. You don't have to go that fast. I tend to rush it in the videos to get through, shorten the video. Take it nice and slow and easy. Well, at least slow. And then the dynamics. MF at the beginning is mezzo, forte is sort of loud. I don't know about both hands. Next line, F is loud. You go up a little bit. Right hand. This, bring it down. And you're staying there until the top of page 29. You come down. Both hands. And the next line, softer. Then the third measure, the second line, you get a crescendo. You're going to go up to loud, but don't get loud to the third line. So start as soft, a little louder, louder, moderately loud at the end there. Now loud. So it's just, you're crescendoing just a little bit. Now, you're ending it loud. The last line, it's both hands here are loud. Make sure you hold the dotted half note down at the end 3 counts. This is a staccato, it's done, and then come up on beat 4. Technically, you could come up at the same time, maybe that's interpreting the music, but right now we want to play it as written. So hold that down for 3 counts. Yeah. Then the speed. Well, it depends on how fast you can play the 8th notes accurately and even. They have to be even and under control. That's going to be your allegro. Everybody's allegro will be a little different. A show pedal on the last measure, I disagree with that. You lose your staccatos. I'd rather have the staccatos than the overtones. So I would recommend not pedaling this at all. Let's play this together very slowly and carefully. I'm not going to do louds and softs. I'll do the staccatos and slurs. So just checking that you have the right notes and rhythms. The notes sound a little weird, so be careful. You may need to just do it one hand at a time for a bit. So I'll give us 4 counts. We're going to go really slow. Well, slow for me anyway. 1 and 2 and ready and go and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and rest and 4 and 4 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 and 4 and 2, 3, rest. And 4 and 4 and 4 and